Okay, good evening, everyone. This is Joe Henches with Beyond the Chart. This is the Wednesday evening Chinese takeout. Wednesday evening Chinese takeout. So we're going to talk about China. We're going to get to that in a minute here. But the first thing we want to talk about is the Dow, since the Dow had one heck of a day today. Okay, volatility. I think in 15 minutes it went down 100. You know, after the Fed announced what it was doing, that it was going to taper today, it went down 100 points and then immediately turned around and went up over 200 points, I think like 250 points, and closed the day up 292 points on the day. So it was one heck of a reaction. Now, the real question we've got here is, are we off and running on a whole new leg? And it sure looks like it. I mean, we got, let's see, we got volume, pretty good volume in here, way above the 50-day average. We broke the trend line that I talked about. We got DI plus above DI minus. We broke this little downward trend line here. Now, what I need to see is this intraday high taken out. Okay, 16,174.51, and we're almost there. High 60. Okay, so really we're talking about a point or two. I just don't see how that's not going to happen. So if that happens, we should be, this is a corrective move. This will probably be looked at. I still think we're in a wave 5, but this could be more of a, instead of this being a little 1 down here, this is 1, and this will be 2, and we'll be in a 3, and we'll be in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move up higher. And then we look at and say that, this stuff is not completed yet. And why do I have that color? I want that color. So we will see. And I got a feeling we're pretty close to coming to that conclusion. So let's take a look at the S&P 500. Same thing. We're right in here, right near the highs. As a matter of fact, I think on the Dow we closed at an all-time high, a new all-time high. I was just talking about the intraday. Because on the New York Composite, I mean, look at this. I mean, it's way down below that point on the New York Composite. Now, that doesn't mean anything. I mean, again, it broke the trend line. It's up here really nice. But let's see this thing prove itself out. And boy, this is the bull market that just won't die. I mean, it doesn't matter what kind of wedge that's traditionally been, bearish, etc. The market doesn't want to die. So we'll see if it takes out this point. Odds are you've got to say favor that it's going to. The high-low index slightly broke the downward trend line, went to a higher high above this peak here. So, again, kind of an indication that it's wanting to push back up, to the upside, which, we hadn't seen this for the last month and a half, almost 2 months. So that's another signal. And boy, did the VIX get killed today. I mean, it just fell out of bed, just totally dropped all the way back down. Of course, this is the fear index. Okay, so, the fear index went away. It swung up kind of higher and then dropped all the way down as the market was exploding to the upside. I think we had 4 stocks up for every 1 stock down today. Now, that's not exceptionally strong, but it's pretty nice. I mean, it's a nice, strong move. Okay, so that's about it for the market for tonight. I wanted to make sure we touched on it. Let's take a look at the Shanghai Composite because we are talking Chinese tonight. The Shanghai is pulling back. It hasn't, last 5 days. Last time we looked at it was a week ago, so it was 5. So here it started to do it, and now it's continued to sell off, and it's hit this trend line that I've got in here. And we thought we were possibly getting a breakout. It's not. Remember, I talked about how I wanted to see it above this point. It didn't do it yet. And what's interesting is I started looking back. I'm always looking for patterns. That's just me. That's what I'm looking for. Well, you kind of see a similar pattern occurring in the past, and so it seems like the Chinese stock market can't seem to shake itself out of this downtrend. And it sure looks like it wants to break this trend line and then decline. So that is why when I'm looking at a lot of these Chinese stocks, like SOHU here, you know, you're looking at them going, well, wow, they all look like they're kind of completed 5 waves up in a move. Well, if the China stock market getting ready to roll over, and, you know, that's to be seen, but that seems to be the kind of the indication. Well, I'm getting the same thing on this. So I think we've had 5 waves up on SOHU. I think we've had an A, B, C. Sometimes it's, you know, when you get to 10 crossing above the 20, you have a tendency to try to get bullish. Had a nice little move today, but with the 20 down below the 50 and the 50 rounding over and rounding down, it just strikes me as this is and this is overlapping waves. Okay, this is overlapping waves. This is not an impulsive type look where you're getting. Let me see if I can see a good example. You know, impulsive type moves is like this. Okay, you know, straight up. That's when you're in an impulse move, starting off on a new wave. This is overlapping. Looks like it's still corrective to me. So this would imply that if this is ABC, that you've had 1, 2, and that you'll get 3, and we'll see. Let's go to YY. Okay, and YY is an online social platform. Again, I think YY has completed five moves, and this is the complete trading that it's done in the United States. So it looks like now, and so when you look at something like this, you sit back and say, well, wow, it's had 5 moves up, so it really hasn't corrected. So I would look for it to try to correct the entire move, and to do that, the numbers don't show up over here when you stretch it this far. The numbers are far to the left, but this is a 23%, 38.2%, 50%, and 68%. When you correct a first move like this, it typically likes to go at least 50 to 68% on its correction. So this kind of tells me that this is rolling over. It looks bearish. I think we've got more corrective action coming, but I don't see a specific play that I get excited about right now, just because it's kind of tight. I mean, it's really flat. Almost looks a little bit like what kind of call barbed wire in here, but it does seem like it's rolling over. And the last one we'll look at tonight is VipShop. VipShop's an online discount retailer over there, and again, this is another one. This is all of its trading in the United States. And it looks to me like we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They had a big third wave move. A lot of times the third wave is the biggest move that you're going to get. And now it looks like this is starting to roll over also. You know, the real sign is when you get to 20, move below the 50, you start to get that 50 starting to come down. This is I don't have this in the 38 stocks I normally watch for option trading, mainly because this is a really volatile stock. And the ATR on this, let me pull this over if I can. No, yeah, there we go. Okay, when you look at the data in here, look down to the third line from the bottom in that window. It says ATR 4.4. That's the average true range of the last 10 days is 4.4 points. That's pretty high. So the premiums on the options are going to be really, really high. The risk premium, the volatility premiums are really going to be high on this stock. And you can see, I mean, look at how it moves. I mean, we're talking, you know, these are $5, every $5 in here. So anyway, but I think this is getting ready to roll over and head back down. That's kind of it for tonight on the Chinese snapshot. We will talk to you guys again tomorrow night for a market update. Have a great Thursday. And this has been Joe for Beyond the Chart. Thanks for stopping by.